Hello and welcome to a new video on the HKCM Global channel. My name is Philip. Today I'm going to take another look at the NASDAQ index and the META stock. So I would highly advise, if you haven't done so, watch my last video on the NASDAQ to see how things have developed since my last video here, because there were also some comments of, let's say, disbelief about my expectations that the market is not going to come down, etc., etc. So but we've seen over the last few weeks that the market has come down significantly, and we are starting to break major supports. So let's recap what I'm expecting here for the NASDAQ at the moment. So I've been expecting for quite some time now that the market has topped out, that we've already topped here within this B wave, because I'm expecting this whole move to the upside to have been a B wave, so a corrective move within a overall larger correction. My next support level, which we are trading a little below at the moment, is 20,694 points. So I'm waiting for that to be broken, basically permanently, more significantly. Until then, I'm also still keeping the option alive that the NASDAQ could make one last high, which would require to break out above 22,475 and then reach around 23,230 points above here. But there's another support level around 19,717, which I would also like to be seeing broken to the downside before I can finally call that we are going to be reaching my target zone here. So the target zone at the moment is quite broad, as we can see here. We are 18,568 to 15,867, which is of course very, very large. It's over 3,000 points. I'm not going to leave it at that. I can say so. At the moment, this is overall the area we are going to go towards, but I'm going to make adaptations to that target zone as we further progress with the downward move here. I will try to get this down to a much smaller size to make it more attractive and to make risk management, of course, much easier. But right now I'm not yet sure how the structure here is going to unfold, and for that, just for orientation purposes, this is where this whole thing could end and come out to. So what I'm seeing here is that my expectations towards the market have been met. The market is coming down. We are seeing significant downturns in individual stocks. That's also why I'm going to be looking at META, which is still one of the largest stocks within the NASDAQ and in general within the market, of course. Also with the NASDAQ, with the index itself, the downtrend. The sell signals I've been warning about on the weekly are continuing to unfold as well. We are also now seeing the short signal on my long short indicator has been triggered. We are still losing momentum. We are just close to going to negative momentum here. We are losing support on the 2-week as well. We have seen a down cross in the MACD. We are losing momentum. The long short indicator is closing in, and we are having continued loss of support on the monthly as well, which clearly supports a longer, more enduring corrective phase before us, basically. And this is what I'm clearly expecting here with this wave 4 and with the targets I'm having to the downside here. So we are just on the brink of crossing down in the MACD on the monthly. This can still take a few weeks, but as things progress right now, this is at the moment, I'm just not seeing how the market could stand up against that and prevent that, and basically hit the brakes, turn and do a 180-degree turn, and set off a course in the other direction. It hasn't done so in the past, so I'm not expecting it to do it now. Short term, of course, yes, the market has been quite significantly oversold, but so far reaction to that has been minimal, to say. The daily has been quite oversold, but it's not yet losing momentum here on the downside. So there is a lot of pressure from the longer term time frames on the market. The setups are there in terms of Elliott wave count and everything. So I have no reason to doubt that this will be a continued downtrend, and corrective action will prevail for probably the next maybe 6 to even 12 months within the tech sector and within probably general the markets, because my expectations on the other indices are not much different to those I'm having for the NASDAQ. And if we look at one of the largest individual stocks like Meta, we are seeing a similar setup. At the moment, we are expecting the stock to have topped out around $740. And we are expecting this wave 4 to unfold, and it would reach levels around 491 to 414. Those are the targets we are expecting at the moment, which will be a significant loss in market cap if we just from today's prices down to the top. That's another 25% drop, and I think this is very, very well in line with the expectation we are having for the NASDAQ, especially since there's other large caps in the NASDAQ. We are having similar corrective targets. To mention NVIDIA, I've mentioned it in my last video as well. NVIDIA, AMD, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, all those big techs are not looking hot at the moment, and they are coming down, and they have significant market share that they can lose now, market cap they can lose within the next month, in terms of a healthy correction. We've been on a good run. So I've already mentioned it in the Bitcoin video as well. I know a lot of people are not liking this outlook, but we are going towards new buying opportunities. The market needs to contract itself. We need to build up new momentum, which at the moment I'm just not seeing the market to have the strength to do so with the structures we are seeing here over the last months. And I've been warning about a market breakdown coming way in 24 already, fall, winter of 24. Finally, as things are looking right now, we are finally unfolding this corrective action, and I think it's long overdue, and it will be very healthy in the long run for the markets, in order to afterwards maintain another run up to new all-time highs. Let's also take a look at the indicators on Meta. Very, very similar to what we are seeing within the NASDAQ. It's a little more behind, but we have a nice divergence on the weekly here. It's starting to cross down. We are also losing momentum on the 2 week as well. It's also looking at a down cross in the MACD. We also have a slight divergence here. Momentum is going down. RSI, it's going to take a little bit. It's early. It's much earlier than in the NASDAQ itself. And we are also losing momentum on the monthly. Second month in a row. And before that, we also have seen here some mixed signals around here. Basically, ever since the weekly and the 2 week have probably seen their highs, we also started to lose some momentum on the monthly. So something is brewing here, and I'm expecting this to unfold to the downside within the next weeks, and this will present a nice buy-in opportunity for Meta, and I think it's going to be a very, very healthy correction, because if we just look at how the stock performed from the bottom, which by the way we called here within our target zone in November of 22, so since then the stock rose by 730%. So I don't know, it just baffles me all the time how people are expecting this just to continue the way it's been. At some point everything comes to an end, and as I've mentioned, contracting the markets, corrective action is required in order to build up new momentum, to get people invested again, to get these sentiment expectations to a negative level, in order to be able to build up a new and continued uptrend. Because the more we stretch out moves, and the more we stretch it to extremes, the more the downside will be on the extreme as well, and the more unhealthy this will become. So if we're seeing the correction now, I think this will be a very healthy move for the market in general, also for many individual stocks, in order for us to then have another chance at another run up before we finally are going, at some point we are going to be entering a major bear market. And this is something right now I'm not seeing at the moment, because I'm expecting the healthy intermediate correction that has been long overdue, at least for the better of 6 months. I've been expecting this to happen, and I would have liked to see it happen even earlier now. So yeah, so to wrap it up, overall, my expectations, META, NASDAQ, I'm seeing continued corrective action. I'm seeing much more downside to come over the next weeks and months, but I'm also seeing the positive sides. First of all, I'm going to be looking out to shorting in the NASDAQ as well, as soon as we are presented with some decent options to enter a short trade. And on the other side, I'm also looking forward to all the buying opportunities and rebuy opportunities we will be offered here. And that's the things we should focus on. Always focus on the positive, and always focus on the next trade, and don't cry about anything that happened in the past. You can't change it. Focus on the next trade, focus on your risk management. And yeah, so that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, like, subscribe, comment, also follow us on our Instagram channels, and see you next time.